Welcome to Progressive Short Takes. I'm your host, Joe Firestone. Excuse me. In this short take, I want to go over a nice piece that was posted in Common Dreams by Thom Hartmann. So let's share that one with you. The headline is, How Should America Respond When Its President Commits a Negligent Homicide? The good question asked by Thom Hartmann. There's a picture of the Nevada rally with many people not wearing masks and people packed close together behind Donald Trump. And of course, we have the Woodward tape reference that Trump knew the coronavirus was not only quite deadly and would infect even children, but also was airborne and highly contagious. And Hartmann mentions that it's fashionable to say that Woodward was at fault for having sat on all that information and to debate whether he had a duty to warn. But according to Hartmann, and I agree with him, it misses the larger picture. If Trump knew how deadly COVID was, Bob Woodward could not have been the only person he told. Everybody in the cabinet, the vice president, the Health and Human Services secretary, and pretty much everybody working around him in the White House had to have known. He even put Mike Pence in charge of the coronavirus task force back then. They all knew. So rather than asking why Woodward didn't tell us, shouldn't we be asking why our government officials who are paid to keep Americans safe also didn't tell us or do anything about it? We talk a lot about, quote, the Trump crime family, but his entire cabinet knew how bad this was last winter, too. Not only are Trump and his kids grifters and liars, but he put together an entire cabinet of grifters and liars. In fact, it went beyond that. Senators Kelly Loeffler and Richard Burr, both the Republicans, dumped stock after getting briefed about this knowledge. I think I raised the possibility myself that the panic Trump might have been caused talking about that he wanted to avoid was panic in the stock market, so that he valued the stock market more than American lives. A physician and professor at Washington University suggested that Donald Trump is guilty, says Hartmann, at the least of, quote, negligent homicide, unquote. And certainly this is criminal political behavior. Trump didn't just ignore what he knew about this virus. He actively lied about it to the American people, and he continues to lie about it to this day. Okay, this is not part of the article, but do you remember how outraged people were when Bill Clinton lied to our faces about sex? Now, I'm not aware of anybody dying because of that lie of Bill Clinton's, but it got Clinton impeached. And it got everybody very angry and very excited at that time. Here is Trump, whose lie has caused close to 200,000 deaths in the United States up to this date. And too many people still condone that particular lie. Going on with the article. Holding giant rallies, as he did over the weekend, will lead to increased infection spreads and more deaths. There will be other Herman Cains who will die in a few months because of what Trump is doing right now. Other countries that took testing and contact tracing seriously are now able to return to something that resembles normalcy. Taiwan, for example, has not had a case of local transmission since April. Nobody is dying there. A nation of 24 million people. We here in the United States are almost a year behind them, with our economy reduced to rubble all because Donald Trump didn't want to panic, quote unquote, the stock market. The inaction and lies from Trump and those around him in the White House have led to nearly 250,000 dead Americans, more than in every war and conflict since 1945 combined. That figure of 250,000 is most probably justified because not only is there the official count of nearly 200,000 now, but we know that nearly 250,000 more people have died this year than last year. And the only factor that was different health-wise from an epidemiological point of view was COVID-19. Virtually all of these deaths can be laid at the feet of those people in the White House and their leader, Donald Trump, who lied or remained silent. How should America respond to leadership whose knowing, intentional lies and actions killed more Americans than, quote, the enemy, unquote, in North Korea, North Vietnam, Iraq, and Afghanistan over a 70-year period? I think I know. I think what we should be doing is getting out into the streets and staying there until this president is immediately replaced. As of now, not even waiting for the election. Impeachment is the remedy. Impeachment is the remedy for this president, and conviction in the Senate, or let the Republicans bear the burden for voting against conviction. On what grounds? On grounds of negligent homicide. Those are the grounds. Those are the grounds. We should insist on those grounds. Well, I'm going to end it here. I'll see you soon for another progressive short take. Thank you for coming.